Hello there, my name is Brooke Kroger, Creative Country Mom, and this is Notes from a Country Garden. Today's video is titled, It Was a Beautiful Day Until, and you have to watch to the end of the video to see why I titled it that. Well, as you can see, spring is in the air, and it's a beautiful early May day here in southern Indiana. I wanted to show you all the gorgeous columbines and penstemons and irises and lilies blooming. I have just been so tickled with how the flowers have done, and I do think that we are not quite as ahead of schedule as we were a month ago. It seems like the garden is evening out. There's Toby, my kitty. These pink lilies are fabulous. These were from a gift bag, and I didn't even know the color whenever I planted them, and they're naturalizing a little bit. They have more room to naturalize on that far end, so note to self, they probably need moved. We always see these things after they're already blooming, don't we? Here is the butterfly hill. Now I want to remind you this area is still pretty new, especially on the back end, but I wanted you to see all of it because it's just gorgeous right now. We're still recovering from frost damage, but I finally just cut quite a few things back, and they're leafing out again and doing well. Everything but the crepe myrtles and the Japanese maples. That's pink evening primrose, my love-hate plant, but it's so gorgeous in bloom, and I think I'm just going to give up and let it take that hill because I have things planted everywhere and it won't choke them out, and it's just pretty, and it's a great ground cover. It does its job. Here we are underneath the deck, and you can see I did a post on that earlier this week about the foxgloves and cottage flowers. I hope you had a chance to see it. I talked about each one of those individual things. These little pink and purple penstemons, I wish they bloomed for longer. They just come around in May each year, but they're just fantastic. They're dwarf. They don't get much over 10 inches tall, and they're gorgeous. That's Swingtown Iris and Out of the Blue Rose. Here in the rose garden, I will tell you I've been battling some black spot. I have decided that this warm winter was my major battle this year. I don't think that we went dormant like we should have, and some of the problems I had late last year carried over. So I'm back to spraying again. So I'm going to cut a few of these roses back and basically press the reset button. But I wanted to show you that Shogun Japanese iris, and they are blooming for the first time. I got them at the garden show, the Indianapolis Garden Show a few years ago, and they have just been fantastic. Now here is lavenders and salvias and sweet william and candy tuft, and you can see that the fairy roses are just getting ready to bloom, as well as the lilies. And my lilies are huge this year. They're a foot taller than they were last year and so healthy. But what I really want to show you is around the corner here, those white Siberian irises, but before that is my white hardy geranium. This was 3 little starts, and it's huge, and I love it. It just blooms the one time, but it's so dramatic. Here we are around front. The clematises are still blooming on the porch. They've been such a joy this year. And quite a few of the other things, daylilies and things in this area are just ready to pop. I think at any time that they'll start opening. The ones on the south side already have. You know, this bed here is just 1 year old, the one on the other side of the walk. And it's filling in very, very nicely. There's some more of the irises have just finished blooming. This area is where I cut back roses, but you can see more of the perennials now. Not that you notice anything missing in that bed, but I did cut back about 2.5 feet of rose growth. Enough for the basket to be filled 3 times. Here's an overview of the property. Over by the road we have been doing some dirt work. That's why you see that long strip of brown, but we filled in a ditch and it looks fantastic. Alright, I'm going to make apologies for what's coming up, but I won't apologize for the wildflower garden. Here I'm gonna have to warn you. Get ready. I'm just looking at the flowers until... Ugh, yuck. And yes, I scream like a girl. Thanks for joining us. I'm so glad that you could visit with me. This has been Notes from a Country Garden. I'm Creative Country Mom, Brooke Kroger. If you are just visiting for the first time, please consider becoming a member so that you can receive my updates in your email.